I cannot believe it has been 6 months since I made my first video on YouTube. Why, oh why has it taken me this long to come up with the follow-up, the second video? Oh my God. Well, we all know why. It's of course because of the current pandemic situation. It's devastated so many people's lives, obviously, but for me it has been catastrophic because all of my work, all of my content requires me to travel, and obviously that simply hasn't been possible. Even today I've come to my local country park, which is a beautiful place, but there's traffic behind me, and besides, you know, I don't want to spend the whole of my YouTube life creating content in my local park. I want to tell stories about people and planet and travel the world with a camera in my hand. That is my mandate, you know. But things have changed. Things are changing. I mean, next week alone, I'm getting my vaccine. Amazing. And then I'm going to be able to travel the world and do my job. And I am so excited. But let me tell you how this journey has started. Like about 6 months ago, around about Christmas, I got an email from an old contact I had when I used to collaborate with Sony. And this guy had moved to Dolby. And he said, "Hey Kevin, look, I've got this super challenge for you if you're up for it." And I was like, "Dolby, what do you want me to do? You want me to go and create some surround sound or something and play it back in the cinema?" Because that's what I knew Dolby from, obviously Dolby sound, you know. He said, no. Of course we do that, but we also do this amazing cool thing called Dolby Vision HDR. And in fact, he said, we've collaborated with Apple to embed our Dolby Vision HDR technology directly into the iPhone 12. It's not an app, it's inside the device. So he said, look, do you reckon that you could create an entire full-length adventure-driven documentary on a mobile phone, excluding drone footage? Do you think you could do that? And I was like, let me think about this for less than 1.0 second. Yes, I can. So he was like, right, okay, go ahead, go and make this film. So I was at this point now. Been waiting 1 year for this opportunity. 1 year. Go forth and make an adventure documentary. So I thought long and hard about who I wanted to film and where I wanted to film it. And these were two answers that I came up very, very quickly with. The first one is I knew a guy called Rob Small. Now Rob was in a house fire, and he suffered 50% burns. He was in hospital for 200 days. He had something like 35 operations to rebuild his lower body. He was told that he will probably never ever walk again, but he's up for this adventure. So what is the adventure? Where's it going to be? It's going to be in Iceland. Iceland, this amazing place, volcanoes, glaciers, rivers. We're going to go there, and what we're going to do is we're going to bike pack through the interior and then circumnavigate the 1600 kilometers of this amazing landscape. It is going to be insane. It is going to be one of the hardest things I've ever done, but I've been sat down for nearly 1 year going crazy, pulling out my hair, and that's not easy, going crazy about creating a real adventure, and now it's finally going to happen. But it isn't going to be easy, you know. Yeah, filming on a mobile phone, simple. But even now, like, I have questions like, where do I look on this thing? You know, it's not so easy. You know, I've spent my whole career working with larger cameras, from Red to Cine Alta, from Sony, and all the bigger players, you know. And now I've got this little thing, you know, in literally a story in the palm of my hand. How am I gonna do it? There are many challenges that I will face, but I want to explain those challenges with you, the content creators on YouTube. How is someone like me with no previous experience shooting on a mobile phone, no previous experience using Dolby Vision HDR, how am I going to do this? What are the challenges? I mean, recording sound is a problem. I mean, even now I'm using a Rode wireless microphone here, Rode Wireless Go. But, you know, how am I going to do all this? How am I going to edit all this? How am I going to work with HDR? These are all the questions that in a series of films building up to the adventure in September, I'm going to be answering exclusively here on YouTube. And then of course, we're going to make the film proper, and I hope that's going to be a really inspirational but cinematic film that we can all enjoy. My God, I am so excited. Really, like 1 year of literally doing nothing but sitting at home, just watching the world go by. So frustrated. Travel has been really part of my DNA for my whole life, and then to be confined. But now we've got an adventure to come. So watch this channel, watch this space, learn how one goes about creating an entire adventure documentary purely from the palm of your hand, a story in the palm of your hand. Looking forward to taking you on this journey, and I still don't know where to look. I'm gonna have to work this out. Do I look here or do I look here? I don't know. I'll work it out come by the time we go to Iceland. I'll at least know where to look. Whatever. Watch this space.